Thank you.
Recording in progress.
All right, everyone. Welcome to today's session on graphic design. So today we'll be looking at quite an interesting topic as magazine and brochure design. And Mr. Emmanuel, the instructor for today, will be taking us on that. So, Mr. Emmanuel, you can share your screen and then unmute. Mr. Emmanuel, you can unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Please, I hope I am
Please
audible.
continue. You can hear you.
All right, thank you, sir. Sorry for the lateness. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen now. Okay. I hope we can all see my screen. I would love to get feedback from the chats. Okay, thank you, sir. So today we'll be talking about magazine and brochure design. As we all know that, sorry, I'm coming. Okay, as we all know, as regards design, graphic design, that there are several aspects to graphic design. We have logo design, we have flyer design, which we have touched. So today we'll be talking about magazine design. Don't forget, whenever we want to design, we said the first thing to always do is to know what you want to do. Now that we know that what we want to focus on is we want to focus on magazine, the next thing we would ask ourselves is what paper size are we going to be using? Now, magazine is just like an A4 paper size. And we said it sometimes ago that the size of an A4 is 8.5 by 11. So for our magazine cover, now when we are designing, there are two ways for magazine. You can either do the front cover separately and the back cover separately, or you can do both together. But today we'll be doing the front cover separately and the back cover separately. Now that we know the size that we want to work on, the next thing is what niche are we working on? The niche could be agriculture, could be animal, could be technology, and all. When we are now doing that, you now ask yourself, how many pages are your magazine going to is your magazine going to be? Now you know when you already know the number of pages, be it 10 pages, be it 20 pages, then you pull all the resources you need together. You don't just jump into magazine and say, oh, we want to start designing magazine and just start up like that. No. You pull resources together, how it's going to be okay, your table of contents, your introduction, and everything. Don't forget, a magazine is different from a book. So the way a magazine will be, the way the contents in a magazine will be, is totally different from how it will be in a normal book. When I'm talking about normal book, I'm talking about the books that we read, like all these literatures, just like maybe literatures in school, Christian literatures, also that of a textbook. It is totally different. All right. So now let's get into work. So the first thing we'll be doing now, this is my Photoshop screen, and I will be creating a new blank page. This one is just something that I did. So let's just create a new page. Control N to create new. All right. Now we have Control N. You can see here you'll be seeing you should be seeing my width, my height, resolution, where we have our dimension in pixel. So I'll be changing it from pixel to inches. I'll be changing it from pixel to inches. So I want to work with, is either I work with 8.38 by 10.88 or 8.5 by 11. So let's just go with 8.5 by 11. So my width will be 8.5 and then my height will be 11. My resolution, I'm using 500. Then you can use 250, you can use 200, guys, but don't use anything less than 150. And then my background content, I'm making it white. I can make it black, I can make it transparent, I can put a background color from here, but I'm making it white, and then I create. So we have this. For our front cover, this is the size. So now I have one let's try out something. I want to import an image. Okay, let me get this ready. And let's import the image. All right, so the picture is ready. Let's get it on board. Now, this is a magazine on wildlife. You can all see it. This is a magazine on wildlife. Now, one beautiful thing with Adobe Photoshop is the fact that you can create an artboard. What does an artboard mean? Instead of creating new, let's say we created a new page now, and then we are saying this is the front cover. We'll now go and create another page again and say back cover. We'll create another page and say page one. No, you don't need all that. We'll just come over to this place. I'm coming to layer, then new. You can see new layer, new group, new artboard. Then we create new artboard. So we can now name it as my magazine. And I'll click OK. So by my right over here, I have my magazine created. So whatever I do here will be under this first one. So I can now right click on, okay, I click on this. I come back to my layer, and I can duplicate artboard. Now this duplicate, it is you can see my magazine copy. I can now make it, maybe it could be back page. Let us say back page. Now you can see this. We're having two already. Now if I want to continue now, I'll duplicate again to have page again to have page 2. I'll duplicate the artboard again to have page 3. Now when I want to save this artboard, I can save everything together, or I can save it individually by turning off. Let's say I want to work on the front page now. At this layer panel, I can turn off the back page. When I turn off the back page like this, it's only the front page that will be active. So now let's leave the two. I just want us to work on something like this as regards an animal. So now, let me delete this image. Okay, so this is our front page. Now we want to work on a magazine that talks about flight, that talks about strength, that talks about agility, but we are going to be using an eagle as our symbol, as a symbol. So let's head over to freepik.com. I'm heading over to freepik.com to go and download the picture of an eagle. Okay, you'll not be able to see that, but let me quickly download eagle. All right. right. Then let's download. Okay, successfully downloaded it. So let me import the image. This embedded desktop, and to look for the picture of the eagle. Where is it? Eagle, come on. Let's check it. Okay, downloads. All right. Then we can now place it. Okay, now this is the picture of my eagle. I want to use this eagle, but I don't want the background. So the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the background using my lasso tool. That's object selection tool. I'll select it. I can use eraser background remover, but that would take my time. So let me just use this object selection tool to remove the background. And you can see it. If it is not selecting well, I click on this select subjects. Okay. So it's going to select it properly. Add your contrast. Change this from selection to new layer with layer mask. Then you click on OK. So I've done this. Now the next thing I do here is I right click on this place and convert it to smart object so that I can work on the eagle. All right. So in my magazine, this eagle will be tilting towards the right. So I'll be having something like this. Now, the text I'll be using will be called, let's use peak strength. Peak strength. And then we're going to be, remember that's the heading, that's the title of the magazine. So it's going to be big. That's something like this, peak strength. Now let me change the font so that I can have something that looks exactly like an heading. Let's use black. All right. And then, okay. But we are still having color white. So now, I cannot just write on this eagle like this. So now, I have to know which color do I want to use, selection of color. So, let me just draw my box. This is black. Do I want to use black? I will use purple. Let me check out. I will use blue. I will use blue. I will use blue color. And then I will use orange wherever it is needed. I will use orange anywhere we need to. Let's do something like this. Orange like this. And then I'll be using ash. So that's my color selection. So now at this, let's start with these bottom parts, these lower parts. I'll create a shape, a rectangular shape this way, and I'll make the color purple. If I have it this way, I'll come to my layer and drag it under the text so that the text can stay on it. And then, wow, I pick strength. I can have it this way. So what do I do next? I don't want it to be like this. So what I will do is I go to my eraser. I increase the size of the eraser. Don't forget, peak strength is selected here. So when I click the eraser, it's going to select peak strength. So what I want to this shape here. So I click on it like this. Now what I want to do, you can see that it's showing plus. That's because my caps lock is on. When I disable the cap lock, when I turn it off now, it's going to change to circle. You can see that. So now let's go back again. I want to increase the size. I want to, this top, I want to make it faint. So you can see this is not what I want. I don't want this. So what I will do is I'll come over here and reduce the hardness to 0. So that when I clean it this way, then I can now successfully reduce the opacity of the shape. Coming to the right panel here, I can reduce the opacity to have something like this. And the text now come out fine like this. Fixed strength. And then I can add what, let's say we want to add another thing under. Fixed strength, stable and able. And then the fonts. Is the font style. Okay. And then it can be under gates. When you are working, then I can have my magazine. Oh, sorry, my cap lock is on. My magazine. And I'll save it as PSD. So that is successfully saved. Now, I can now deal with the background as I want it to be. So, coming to the background, let's say I want to add something like this. I go to the, I can now create my shape. Let's say I'm having something like this. You can see black. I can change it from black to orange. I can change it from orange to purple. So you can see as it is now. Then there are many ways in which you can tweak this as you want. It's your choice. So I can make this deep. I can make it deep a bit. And if I say, okay, I want it to be gradient, I'll come over to the right layer here where we have our layers. I'll come to this FX. I click on the FX. We have now shadow and color overlay, gradient overlay. So I'll click on my gradient overlay. Okay, this is the of initial color that was there. Then I'll change it. Remember, we are using purple. That's why I need these purple and these colors here, since I'll be picking from them. So I can either use purple or I can use blue. You can see as it's changed. So let's go with purple. Let's go with the darker part of purple here. And over here, we click on this purple and make it light. You can see this. Now, it depends on you. If you want to use two colors, you are free. You can say you want to use purple and then you want to use maybe blue or this green. You can say you want to use orange, use red like this. So everything depends on what you want. You can decide to forget. It must not be too flashy that people will not understand what is there. Okay. So let's say we have something like this. Let's go back. Let's have our deep, let's have our deep purple here and our light purple at the top. And we click on OK. So now this big strength, you can press Ctrl T, transform to reduce it if it's too big, or you can, okay, click on it, press Ctrl and click on stable and able. Now, if I click on peak strength, I want to select peak strength, stable and able. If I click on it and I click on stable and able without pressing anything, it will go and select stable and able on its own. So if I click on stable and able and I click on my control, and it's going to select both. So I can reduce the size as I want. And then I can move it. Then just quickly work on pick string. So let me just increase the distance between the text pick and string. It's too close to each other. All right, then stable and able. I can now bring it down. Okay. So now you can now select any other thing you feel you want to put. You are free to. Okay, let's say I can decide to draw a shape. I can decide to put a shape, but it's going to be white. Don't forget, we don't want something that is just going to be off. I can decide to make something white and then put a text there and then pick any other color. I can decide to spice it up as I want. So spicing it up actually depends on you. It depends on your choice. It depends on what you want. It depends on, how do I put it? It depends on how you want to put it. So I can decide to say, okay, let me put a text this way. I can decide to say, write a text like this and put Eagle's vision. Eagle's vision. Okay, when I have something like this, then I'll be tilting mine this way. I just want to have something unique in this form. Eagle's vision. And then I can place it here. Don't forget, everything depends on you. Whatever you want to do depends on you. So I can put Eagle's vision there. And then inside here, I can just find something to say. I can say mount and might. Change it to something black. Change the font size. Let's have something thick. Let's have something bold. So now this might, I will be increasing this because there's something I want to do from here. Then this mount and might. This I can, let's say something, or let's say something, and then you have something like this, centralize, and I reduce the size, the spacing between it. I can have something like this, mount and might. Don't forget to save. It's not going to save on its own. You'll be the one to save by yourself. Okay, so let me pick something here. And let's see, we have something like this. Let's see, we have something like this. So as I'm working, I can also use ruler to check what I'm doing if it is aligned. And then you can see I've started using the colors that I selected. In this place, you can add anything you want to add. It all depends on you. And say light of an eagle is predicated on its size. So let's quickly rush through that so that we can move forward. Don't forget it is centralized, but I have to use right alignment here. Light of an eagle is predicated on its size. Okay, so let's quickly have something faster. Yes, okay. Now we can reduce this. I can reduce this. And have something like this. Okay. Then I'm changing this field. All I want just wants the oval shape to have a border, but I don't need the color. So this go to this stroke, change it to white, change this one from normal line to dotted lines. Oh, it's still faint. Let's change. How about that? Okay, I think this is better. So and we could have something like win way. Don't forget it's a magazine, so you can add things in different ways. You know, there are different ways you can fix yours. You can have something like win way here. And then you can use any style you want. This is just my own style, and so that we can actually cover something else. So now, oh, save. Don't forget to save. Control S. Control T. I could have something like this. Is my choice and is however I want to fix it. I can do my own this way. So it all depends on you. So any style you want to use, you are free. You could even say, okay, well, you want to add one stylish, you want to add something stylish to it. You could come over here, bring something like this, and increase it, and bring something here. Something like reduce the opacity. You can spice your own magazine with anything you want. You can spice your magazine with anything you want. You can add anything at the footer as you want it. You could say w okay www.mymagazine.com and then reduce it. Yeah, reduce it. Reduce it. So, and then you can add any other thing you want. It's your choice. So for the back of the magazine, we could now say what we just want to put there. Now remember, I've left this what's it called? I've left this artboard, and I'm okay. Let me check something out. White, yeah, something this way, or could be something slant this way. This border. Okay, so at the let's get over to this place. Now for the other artboard, so we're having this. So front, back. So for the back cover, you can have anything you want. Let's say, let's do something like this. Okay, no, let's have something like this. Let's create this shape. Okay, no, I want it to have, yeah, I want something like this, or make it white. So it's going to be like this. I can place any image I want. Let me quickly get an image of, let's see, sky climbing. So don't forget, you can use anything you want, any style you want. It's your choice. So let me just quickly pick this image, download, embed. So what I'll be doing is I'll just insert it. You see, some my room to check these and then I could tell it to duplicate it and have something like this again. But this one, I'm going to be making this one smaller. And it will be this way. When you increase, you have something like this. All like this, yeah. It depends on you. So I can see my number of content. We are turn edge. The one, space one. Oh, so move everything. Okay. And then let's try to save this and see how it is going to, what it will give us. Save as a copy. My magazine. Save it. Okay, so 16.4 MB. That 16.4 MB is too much for me. So instead of me using that, I'll just come over to File, Export, Export as, and then under this, I need a better content. Now let's go back to Photoshop and let me show you something. Let's go back to Photoshop quickly. All right, now at Photoshop, I'm going to save it, and let's save that 16 MB file. Yes, save as JPG. I want to show you how it's going to look like. Don't worry, let's save it that way. I have everything. We have enough space. So if you are to create like 50 pages, you can create them that way and do everything. And let's save it.
As regards, so while we're waiting for questions, the attendance will be dropped while we expect questions. So the attendance has been dropped. Let's fill it in. So does anyone have any question? I'm guessing there's no question. So let's fill in the attendance for the next 5 minutes and we can end the session. Yes, the class is recorded. You can find it on YouTube channel. And you also find it on Market platform. Now the class materials has been uploaded. Please check your resources section. If not, the instructors will also upload the latest ones on the platform. So check the resources section on the Market platform. to gain access to the class materials. So I hope we all fill in the attendance. We will be ending the session shortly. We will also have another session next week, same time, same place. So let's also put that in mind. We'll close the session in the next 1 minute. For those who have still not filled out the attendance, let's kindly do that in the next few minutes. So thank you all for coming, and have a nice weekend.
Recording stopped.